Ever noticed how a simple message like, hey, I was thinking about you, can completely change your mood? Like, you could be having the most average, boring, slightly annoying day, and suddenly, boom, someone reaches out and it feels like you matter again. That's not random. That's human. Because deep down, every single one of us has this quiet, powerful need to feel wanted. Not needed for work, not used for convenience, but genuinely wanted. And the crazy part? Most people don't even realize how much this affects their life. Think about it. Why do people stay in relationships that clearly aren't good for them? Why do we keep checking our phones, hoping someone texted? Why does getting ignored hurt way more than it should? It all comes back to this one thing. We want to feel like we matter to someone, like our presence makes a difference. Like if we disappeared for a day, someone would notice. And yeah, we don't always say it out loud, but it's there in small moments, like when you send a message and then keep opening the chat to see if they replied, or when you post something online and secretly hope someone reacts to it, or even when you walk into a room and wonder, does anyone here actually care that I'm here? That feeling, that's the need to feel wanted. And here's something interesting. Your brain treats social rejection almost like physical pain. So when someone ignores you, cancels plans, or makes you feel replaceable, it's not just in your head. It actually hurts, which is why people sometimes overthink things like, did I say something wrong? Are they losing interest? Am I not important anymore? And before you know it, you're creating stories in your mind just to fill the silence. But here's where it gets even deeper. Sometimes the need to feel wanted can make us accept less than we deserve. We reply instantly, even when they take hours. We make time for people who barely make time for us. We lower our standards just to keep someone around. Not because we're weak, but because feeling wanted feels good. It feels safe. It feels like you belong somewhere. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with wanting that. You're human. But the problem starts when you depend on others completely for that feeling. Because then, your happiness is no longer in your control. It's in their replies, their attention, their mood. And that's a dangerous place to be. Let's be real for a second. Have you ever noticed how some people walk into a room and don't need anyone's approval? They're calm, they're relaxed, they're just themselves. It's not because they don't care, it's because they don't rely on others to feel wanted. They've learned something important. Being wanted by others is great, but not at the cost of losing yourself. And here's a simple example. Imagine two people. Person A texts someone and doesn't get a reply. They start overthinking, checking their phone every 2 minutes, feeling anxious. Person B texts someone and doesn't get a reply. They shrug, put their phone down, and continue their day. Same situation, completely different reactions. Why? Because person B doesn't depend on that reply to feel important. They already feel enough. That's the difference. And look, this doesn't mean you should stop caring. It doesn't mean you should act cold or pretend you don't need anyone. That's not the goal. The goal is balance, to enjoy being wanted without needing it to survive emotionally, to appreciate attention without chasing it, to value connections without losing your self-worth in the process. Because the truth is, the more you chase being wanted, the more you end up feeling unwanted. But when you focus on your own life, your own growth, your own peace, something interesting happens. People start valuing you more, not because you changed for them, but because you stopped trying so hard. And yeah, it sounds simple, but it's not always easy. Because that little voice inside you still whispers, what if they forget about me? But here's the reality. The right people won't forget you. They won't make you feel like you have to compete for their attention. They won't make you question your value. You won't have to beg to be wanted. It will feel natural, effortless, real. And until you find those people, be that person for yourself. Check in on yourself. Appreciate your own presence. Build a life where you don't feel empty when you're alone. Because when you truly start enjoying your own company, you stop accepting half-hearted attention from others. And suddenly, feeling wanted becomes a bonus, not a necessity. So yeah, it's okay to want to feel wanted. That's human. Just don't forget, you should never have to chase someone to prove your worth. Because the moment you do, you're already forgetting it yourself.